Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Shekalim Perek Aleph Mishna Aleph. So new Masechet. Before we jump in, just quick introduction, and that is we know what the Mahatzit Shekel is from the Torah, from Parashat Ki Tisa and Sefer Shemot, right? We have this one-time command when we're counting Bnei Israel to go ahead and count them through the Mahatzit Shekel, right? And that's Zayitenu Kol Ha'over Al Pikudim Mahatzit Shekel BeShekel HaKodesh, and then the measurement of what it's actually worth, 20 Gerah HaShekel. Right? So that's the command that comes in the Torah. Now, Chazal extend this and say that also every year we need to go ahead and give a mahatzit shekel. What's the purpose of this mahatzit shekel? It's not for a census, rather it's for a donation to the Bet HaMikdash that the Bet HaMikdash would use for our korbanot tzibur. Right, so all of the public offerings they would bring, let's say the daily korban tamid that we bring in the morning and the afternoon, right, or the shtei halechem, right, or any korbanot that comes for the public needs to come from the public money. It can't be a donation of an individual, right? The Karaim actually argued with this on this point of Chazal, but Chazal are very focused on the fact that all communal korbanot need to come from the community, needs to come from a joint effort of everyone participating, and therefore everyone will give once a year for the new year. So on Aleph Nisan, they would start using these new korbanot that's coming from the new money that everyone's donating as early as like a month before, as we'll see in our first Mishnah, and they would use this for all the korbanot of the Sibur. Whatever's left over, they would use for Bedek HaBayit, right, to really, to fix up the Bet HaMikdash and, just keep it in a, nice form. We actually find this come up in Sefer Melachim Bet, right, with King Yehoash, when he actually asks, Bnei Israel, the Kohanim, go ahead and, take care of the Bet HaMikdash. Just make it beautiful, like it's falling apart a little bit. Let's, take care of it and repair it. And you'll see, you can look over there in the Sefer Melachim Bet of how he actually deals with that situation. But it was a an important point in Jewish history, and he's praised for it, for going ahead and collecting that mahatzit shekel then in order to beautify the Bet HaMikdash. So our first Mishnah is going to focus on announcing the Hev Shekel, right? When do we announce it? When do we start to collect it? When do we gather it? And that's going to be our Mishnah. Be'ahad be'adar Mishami'in ala Shekalim, right? On the first of Adar, we call out, we announce to gather all of these Shekalim, right? I pronounced it Mishami'in. I know Rabbi Luf pointed this out. Most Girsaot have it, Minukad Mashmi'in, right? But if you look at a pasuk in Sefer Shemuel by Shama Shaul et Ha'am, right? When he's gathering the people to fight the Pelishtim, the nation, it's also over there also with the Dagesh in the mem, right? In the binan pi'il by Shama. So over here it should be Mishame'in, and it seems to be also Harambam in his Mishnah has it punctuated this way as well. So on the first of Adar, we announce, right, in order to gather all of the shekalim, ve'ala kilaim, also for kilaim, that if anyone, right, so to give the mahatzit shekel, and also anyone that had, things, weeds, whatever it may be, growing in their field, and fruits with legumes or not, not fruits, right? Legumes and wheat, grains may have gotten mixed up together. Go ahead and separate them, right? And weed them out, uproot them, so you don't have kilaim growing in your field, right? Because over here, coming into the summer months, so you just had the whole winter rainy season. So now go ahead and take care of it. But Hamisha said, firstly, I'll just point out, how do we know that? Where do we get the first of Adar? Why do we do this on the first of Adar? So on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, right? That was the first time. That was the first time the Truma was collected, right? Mahatzit Shekel was collected. Why? How do we know this? Because the Mishkan was established on the first of Nisan. Right? This we know from the pasuk, right? And we have a statement in the Yerushalmi from Chazal, Bo bayom ukama mishkan, bo bayom nitrema truma. Right? The same day that the Mishkan was established, so too was the first day the truma was collected. And similarly, we mentioned that you have to go ahead and announce the laws of kilaim. Now we're going to keep on going with a few other dates. On the 15th of that month of Adar, right? In the walled cities from Tam Yoshua bin Nun, they would read the Megillah on that day, right? The 15th, right? This is what we call, Purim Shushan, right? Because it's on the 15th, right? The 15th of that of the month, as opposed to all other cities that read it on the 14th. We fix the roads. Right? Meaning what? Again, after the rainy season, things may have been, rocks on the road or bridges may have fell. So you have to go ahead and fix the roads, build the bridges and whatnot. So why? In case there's a go'el hadam, let's say someone killed someone by mistake, we can't have them not reach their destination of the Ir Miklat because, we didn't have a bridge up. Right? So we need to, as a community, as Am Yisrael, go ahead and fix up these roads. Also the squares, Times Squares, mikvaot hamayim. Also, mikvaot, right? If there's a mikveh that we dipped under the 40 se'ah mark, right? So it's less than the appropriate amount of water, then you're allowed to go ahead and fill it, right? We'll learn more about these laws in Masechet mikvaot itself. And you do anything that's needed for the public, right? So what's this coming to include? So we have a Yerushalmi, right? By the way, there is no Bavli on this. It's the only Masechet in Siddim where it does not have a Talmud Bavli on it. The Gemara Bavli, rather only have Yerushalmi, and it explains what are these things. Different types of judgments, right? That's needed if there was judgments that need to be passed for monetary or capital cases, or even just lashes, right? Or people need to go ahead and redeem, right? They need to put their arachin, haramin, hekdeshot, things they donated to the Bet Mikdash, or mashkin mesota, right? We had a woman who needed to drink the sota waters. Surfim metapara. We go ahead and the red heifer, right? We go ahead and paraduma. We go ahead and burn it if we need some extra ashes. Rosin evet ivri, right? We pierce the ear of the evet ivri. Betanin to mitzorah. If there's a mitzorah that needs to be tahor, we go ahead and purify him. Porkina tamin almal gebehamayim literally means we unlock the lock on top of the water, but over here and you don't return it, meaning what? And Abam explains that over here we make all the cisterns, the water cisterns, hefker, so anyone who's coming, that wants to drink in the summer season could go ahead and drink from them. The point over here is all these things, let's say they didn't take care of it during the winter months, we push them to take care of it at this moment. And we actually mark off the kivarot, right? We take with plaster. A lot of times the rain would wash off some of the marks on the tombstone, on the tombs, right? And people wouldn't know if there's someone buried there or not. So what we do, it's important for Kohanim to know, right? So Kohanim are going to come, they're traveling, and they need to know if there's a tomb there or not, because they can't step over it. So they would take some plaster and they would put it over the kevet itself, over the grave. Therefore, we know that there's a grave over there. Yotzim afalakilaim, and you go out, right? Meaning the people who are in charge to make sure that no kilaim is planted in the fields. They would also go out, visit the fields and the vineyards to make sure that there is no kilaim. We don't just rely on the first of Adar announcement that we made. Rather, on the 15th, the people would, the representatives of the nation would go ahead and check to make sure everyone took care of their kilaim.